I don't have anything to impress this woman. What I have is you, so you better show up today.
Yeah.
I preached in that place. The whole school was on the
Where
floor.
was it?
Most of them carry a lot of heart because of being raised by traditional fathers.
Do they do this thing whereby they do something amazing?
Yeah.
And then when you call people to come and see, they refuse.
Kenyans like something that is funny. They like something that is negative. So that is what I am going to give them because that is what is going to give me traction.
Yeah.
Hi, Gracie.
Hi. Hi.
So I'm going to ask you a few questions about your husband.
I'm so nervous. Okay.
Yeah. What would the man do after a bad service in a restaurant?
After bad service in a restaurant,
Yes.
she would say, let's just go. She's nice. She'll be like, let's just go, nini. But mimi ndaitisha manager, nafanya nini, so yeye atakuwa anani control.
A bad service in a restaurant, he'd call them out. Like, he'd actually tell them that I don't like your service. I'd probably be the one who's like, imagine just Tulia. But he would.
He will ask for the
Yeah,
manager,
he'd be like,
the manager.
excuse me, can I speak to someone? Yeah.
You'd walk out?
Yeah, me, I'd just leave.
Okay. Wow, that's so good. Name one good quality that she has that you wish you had.
He's a people's person. I really struggle with...
People.
that one.
I'd say calmness, I think. Yeah, just she's very calm, like in situations where, you know, like you have reason to fight and to struggle or whatever, but her, she's just like calm.
Oh, beautiful. What's the silliest fight that you have ever had that you often laugh about when you remember it?
About Damon?
Yeah, the fight that you both of you have ever had.
Oh, fight.
Yeah, the
silliest.
silliest that you often laugh about when you remember.
Okay, I don't remember our fights. I have like the worst memory. I'm trying to think.
Was it when she shaved our children?
What?
My daughter, she shaved Reina without my... Okay, you know if she shaved her without my permission,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be an issue. But she came and asked me, babe, should I shave her? Then I said no. Then she shaved her. Then I didn't speak to her for 2 days. And we were just living in the same house. We are struggling. I want to talk to her, I can't. I want to hold her at night, I can't. You know, it was so bad. Until the last day I made fries for her. And then she tried. It was amazing. I think it was a
That is
beautiful
so
thing.
nice. Actually,
Yeah.
that's a silly vibe, but yeah, worth it.
Oh my god. What? I actually cannot think of any off of the top of my head.
Okay, then I'll give you another question.
Okay.
The house is burning down.
Mm-hmm.
What 3 items will the mon rescue from the house? You and the kids are out.
Me and the kids are out. Her phone. Hey, this one is hard. What 3 other items though? Hey, okay, honestly, be the idea.
Me and the kids are out.
Yes.
The television. Surprisingly, the television. And his studio equipment, if that sums is at one. Like, he'd take everything for his studio and the TV. Yeah, that's what he's saving.
What are her most precious possessions?
We are her most precious thing. That's the thing. Like I know
Okay,
me,
I
the
know
kids,
you are.
and then
Remove the human
her phone because of Instagram, and
Wow.
no, that's just Instagram and her shows, and
Okay.
then maybe her clothes, no, shoes, TV, no.
Masufuria,
I know me, I don't know.
makeups.
Maybe her makeup, but no, no.
Okay, she does not have attachments in that house.
No, me, I don't think there's anything that is that important to her. But let me just answer. I'd say her phone, makeup kit, and I don't know, maybe her wigs. I don't know.
In another life, Damon was an activist in the US. Which area of interest would he focus on?
Revolution.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He actually usually says, like, what if I get into politics? And I'm just like, no.
Hey, skip that one. That one. No, it's okay. I'm going to answer.
But he's like a revolutionist in his head. Yeah.
What is she passionate about? I think that is where I begin with.
Yeah.
She's passionate about women's rights. Particularly, like how the continuous oppression of women that has been happening for ages. I'm picking that up because every time we watch a movie, she's the role of a woman is being undermined or things like that. She'll be like, Yeah, so I think she would fight for the rights of women and children.
Women and children empowerment.
Yes.
Hakiao.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did well. Good
Thank
job.
you.
Okay guys, karibuni sana What We Know For Sure season 2. Today we have really special guests with us.
Episode 5.
Episode 5.
Yes.
Some of you know these guys.
Yes.
They are
Many of you know these guys.
They are not. I'm almost tempted to say that they need no introduction.
Chocha. This one's
But just in case you are seeing them for the first time, these are really special guys. We met them on YouTube. And then we met them physically.
Yes.
On a TV station somewhere.
Yeah. And then now here we are.
And then here we are.
Yeah.
I would like to give you the pleasure of introducing yourselves. Staki, I don't want to Sitaki kuharibu. Na nimesikia kuna anniversary inakuja. So I know there are sweet things you would want to say in this introduction.
Actually, perfect couple to actually interview for What We Know For Sure. The farther they've come.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Mr. and
so
Mrs.
this is Damon and Gracie.
Yes.
So the floor is yours.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. How do you call your fans? Soila and Curtis fans. How are you? It's good to be on this platform. We've been watching these videos since.
Yes.
And we have been greatly inspired and we truly honor the opportunity to, interact with you guys. You're amazing.
Thank you.
You intimidate us a bit, but yeah. But it's okay. But we're good. Hey, these people, they are spiritual.
Zima yo
Off camera
the punchlines
conversation.
can come out of anywhere, so we're excited about that.
You didn't tell them who you are.
Oh,
What do you do?
My name is Damon Shunets. I am a minister of the gospel. I am a singer-songwriter. I am an author. I am a lawyer. I am a businessman, and most importantly, I am the husband to the most beautiful woman on this planet.
Masa, you're a
The
daddy.
most beautiful.
He's coming there.
Mrs.
You're mine, Mrs. Shunets. Yes.
Yeah.
And a father to not one but two. A boy and a girl, Rain and Raina.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's a
Top of that
crazy
one.
introduction.
Top
So
it up.
I'm Gracie, popularly known as Gracie on the YouTube platform. Like he said, I am his wife. Yani he's my husband. Yani he decided to marry me, so he's my husband. And I'm a mom of 2 amazing children, a boy and a girl. I'm an entrepreneur. We're on the YouTube platform, I guess, content creators on social media in general. Pretty much. That's just that's my introduction.
And you feature in his music videos once in a while.
Sometimes.
She's my secret weapon.
Yeah, once in a while.
Wow,
that
that's
was
so
nice.
nice.
Yes, as you've seen, it was good for them to introduce themselves. Otherwise, we would have butchered. Atungefanya justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Gracie also got an opportunity to have a foretaste of what is coming. Yeah. So now, as you heard them say, and a lot of questions is just going to revolve around how they introduced themselves. They are parents, they are ministers, and they are a lovely married couple.
Yes.
So it's going to be a combination of all that. Yeah. Soila?
But I'm so excited to have this conversation with you guys.
Thank you.
What You Know For Sure is definitely a YouTube show we started so that married couples get to tell other people what they really know about marriage.
Yeah.
It could be different marriages have different seasons, different experiences based on your career. And it's just good for us to share the wisdom that we've gathered and garnered for the years that we've been married. So Curtis can go with the first question.
So having interacted in the past and also just watching your content, there's this word ministry going around a lot, all right?
Yeah.
And we've had an opportunity to hear the story of how you met. So for the sake of those who have not heard how you met, give us.
I tell the story.
Yeah, I know there are two
We
versions.
have different versions.
There's always two versions.
Always.
But mine is the true version because mine
It's
says,
always the man
I
the
dare
true
you to
version.
believe.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why.
Mine is always the truth version because girls are very modest. They
Yeah,
don't like to
yeah.
share details.
Yeah,
But
right.
this is how we met.
Yeah.
One time there was this girl that I was seeing. We were talking for like a year. She told me that for her to become my girlfriend, I asked her, will you be my girlfriend? Then she said, ask me that question again the same time next year. Then I will give you an answer.
Girl child.
And I waited for the whole year and I asked her the question on the same day, the exact same time. Then she said yes. And then 24 hours later, she called me and she said, wait, nothing has changed. Then why are we still? See, we just remain the way we were after waiting for a whole year.
This 1 year you are still
Yeah, we were just
interacting.
talking. Yeah, I was waiting for that year to come so that I can officially
Get a
ask her
girlfriend.
out, so that she can be my girlfriend. Then one time we were with the brother of this girl.
Yeah.
We were going to the airport to pick the girl. Now, my to-be girlfriend.
Yeah.
Then while we were at the airport, the brother was showing me photos. He told me, wait, there's this lady that we went to primary school together with, and she posts, she does, what is it called?
I used to have a blog.
Yes, she does a blog. She
Yeah,
writes
like a
about
ministry
Christian
blog,
stuff,
yeah.
and I think she would be perfect to come and speak to the people at Rain City, which is a ministry that I run called Rain City.
Yes.
So I looked at the photos, and in my mind, just being a man, I was like, okay, she's good looking, she's okay. It's okay. She can come and talk to the people. It will
can
add
come and
props.
minister.
Yeah, she can come and minister. But in my mind, I knew this woman is way out of my league.
Or
So
your league,
even the
yeah.
thought of even trying
It
to
can
ask her
happen.
out didn't even come to my mind. So we started talking. Then I asked her to come. Actually DM'd on Instagram. I told her I'm this and this, I do this, and I would love for us to work together. Then I waited, I think, for some time,
3
right?
months,
3
about
months,
3
and then I
months, yeah.
texted again to ask her, when
Is it
can
happening?
you come? Then she didn't come the time she was supposed to come. Then we kept on talking. Then she finally came. The day she came, let me explain to you where we was. I was in campus. I was in third year, right?
We were both in third year. We were
Yeah.
both in the
I was
same
in
year.
third year,
campus?
yeah. Nairobi University,
Oh.
but different campuses.
Campuses,
Campuses,
yeah.
yes.
So she told me that now she's finally coming. I was in third year. I've been running the ministry for like 3 years, but the ministry was struggling seriously,
Struggling.
financially and all. Vitu kama hizo. Then she tells me, I'm coming. We were meeting at Anniversary Towers. I'm coming. Do you have parking? Like, okay, it is well.
And you're a league.
Now I'm thinking sisi offering honorarium tunapeaga msee like ile yenye tunawe mtu mwenye anapaka utampea hiyo bado mazee akakam. She came, then she parked the car. She came with a whole entourage. She came with a photographer. She came with a person to carry a handbag and everything, and she looked amazing, guys. Like she was in boots, jeans, and then another burgundy top that I will
Like you
never
remember
forget.
that outfit?
And
So
I remember sitting. I
Starstruck.
was seated with this other lady that we were running the ministry practically together with. She was very close to me. Like she used to help me a lot. I was telling her, "Hey,
Yeah.
God is speaking to me, but these things look impossible. How shall this thing come to be? Things like that." Then she said, "Yeah, I can see too. She's all right." Then that was it. Like I didn't even think about it. She left. She went home. But for some reason, she couldn't get me out of her head.
Wow.
So she kept on
Wow.
texting me that day. She was like, "You need to watch this movie."
No, this is
Don't lie to me.
this is where I now continue with
You
this
got
story.
because
Because
fabricated.
so I showed up, I ministered, and we left. And for some reason I thought he was hitting on my friend. Like I actually thought he was looking at her. I was telling my friend, I think that dude's looking at you. So my mind was not there at all. And so after that, we went for a movie. Those days, like a guy, when we used to go to the movies, to the cinema, and there was this movie called The Shack. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
have watched
the
it.
show.
Heard of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So we watched it, and after I watched it, I was like, "Hiya, I think I should suggest it to him to tell his ministry people to watch it because I thought it was a really nice
Yes,
movie."
it was.
So I just texted him immediately after the movie. It was around 11 p.m. So I think that's where he got into his head, and he was like, "Oh yeah, this chick is
What
thinking
she
about me."
thought. She thought she should send it to me.
Yeah,
So she was thinking about me while watching the movie, guys.
I mean, you're running a ministry.
Yeah, so I thought it would be a nice
She was looking
movie.
after your
Yeah,
congregation.
your crowd.
Okay,
your,
potato,
what are they called?
potato.
Your children. Your
My flock.
so after that we continue talking. Like we literally talk every day. But there was no, okay, maybe for him there was a hidden agenda. But for me it was just one of these people, we get along.
Yeah.
Like we'd just talk and talk and
Yes.
talk. Surprisingly, this guy never hit on me. You know how boys hit on you?
Yeah, and you can tell they're hitting on
He
you.
never hit on me. It was just chatting that became
Talking.
intentional talking. It became a friendship that was like those connections that are so undeniable.
Yeah.
And here we are.
When did you know that she's the right person? She's the one on
It
that.
was on our second date. The first date we had, we went for a mission because
Yeah.
they didn't have man.
Oh.
So we were like, hey, where am I taking this woman? She has a
Good one.
So I was pushing a song, and then she told me, "Yo, I'm not feeling okay. I feel like I'm kind of low." I told her I have a perfect place to
Yes.
take you.
Yeah.
Then I was like, "So where can we meet and go?" Then she asked me, "How are we going?" So I said, "We are driving." She's like, "No, see, I'm driving. I'll just come pick you up." I was at school. I remember Parklands campus, School of Law. She came, she picked me. Some of my members of the ministry were there, you know, because most of them are my classmates anyway.
Yeah.
So you were like, okay, so
Aki
I'll
hustle the unit.
So we went. The only thing I bought was tropical sweets that she doesn't even remember.
Yeah. I
Then
don't
we went for
remember.
the mission, and I told God intentionally, God, Mimi, I don't have anything to impress this woman. What I have is you, so you better show up today.
Yeah.
I preached in that place. The whole school was on the
Where
floor
was it?
crying.
What's
Buru,
Buru
buru,
girls?
Oh.
The girls were like the move of the spirit that
Was
day.
there.
It was amazing. It was powerful.
God showed up.
Yeah.
he
Then
did.
Wow.
on our second date, I took her to where my father used to live, Kari. It's a very beautiful place. You know, you just have a place where you can do nature walks and stuff. And I remember my dad telling us, "Yeah, you know, Kari, it's very beautiful."
I think I
So
know
we went to met my dad. We went to his office. He was very proud. He was like, "Yeah, come,
Kijana
this is my
ameleta
son.
msichana."
This
That's
is my son, and this is his friend. This is his friend." And he introduced us to all the people in his office, you know, around it. It was amazing. Then he said he was going to make lunch for us. Then as we went for our nature walk, he said he was going to make ugali. Then we came back and made rice and terere and some greens. Then
Your
he said,
daddy.
"Hey," yeah. Then he said,
Yeah,
"Manze,
he
you guys,
cooked.
okay, I'm sorry. I promised you ugali, but this is all we had. So this is all you can eat." And I remember she sat and she ate and finished the whole
Oh
plate.
my goodness.
She didn't complain. When she finished that food, that's when I knew, yo, this one.
Yeah, she's the
This
one.
is one.
Keeper.
When did you know he's the one?
I know what it was. It was
Yeah.
peace. I've dated people where you're always on edge.
Yeah.
Like you're
It's
like,
something.
Yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah.
With him, I had so much peace. There
Yeah.
was so much calmness. Even when like he was meeting my parents, because I'm the girl who introduces all my boyfriends to my parents. Like what
Terrifying.
yeah, I was that person for because my mom made it clear that they are boys who are your friends. Like you should not feel the need to hide them.
Yeah.
And I think that really helped us a lot. And so when I was introducing him to my parents, I didn't have that anxiety. You know, sometimes you're going to tell your parents and you're like, guy,
Yeah.
should I really, as in this dude, I should tell, but there was so much peace, like as in there was always peace when we'd be together.
Yeah.
There was always that sense of peace, and that was what was like my ticket for, okay, if he asks me to be his wife, I'm ready.
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
good.
Wow.
What a story. What a
So
story.
very important tip, eh? If you like someone and you are broke,
Mission.
end any mission. Yeah. That is the safest first
Yeah.
date you can have.
Yeah.
Best bet.
Best
Yeah.
bet.
No, it's
to
gonna
live,
work.
right?
No, it's true.
So, Soila, next question is on you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So how many? So 2 years. We talked this behind the cameras. 2 years, and then you guys got married.
Yeah.
And how soon for the children to come?
Well, we was pregnant 2 months after the wedding, so
You was very fertile.
let's just say they were born 2 months
After
before our
that.
first anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, which is such a blessing.
Yeah.
You never know the intentions of God with these
No,
things.
you
Yeah.
But now there's ministry that is happening. She was in ministry before.
Yeah.
You are in ministry like full time.
Yeah.
The singing, the preaching.
Yeah.
How then do you balance
Yeah.
marriage, children that come immediately? Not one,
Yeah.
come two.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, as though we didn't have enough already.
Yeah.
So how do you balance the marriage, the ministry, and parenting? Because we have one.
Yeah.
And we can tell, my goodness, I really
It's
want
a
to.
lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And it's just one.
I think one of the things that really helped my pregnancy and up to giving birth was, fortunately or unfortunately, COVID. Because you see, with COVID, there was no much movement.
Yeah.
So I had him home most of the time. That helped our marriage and also my pregnancy journey.
Yes.
Marriage, because now he was always there, like there's no one outside, so it stands for why are you not home, those kind of things.
Yes.
So like we always had each other. So but after now COVID hit, the babies were born, one had to suffer. Like, you know, we're usually told that life is that we're juggling balls, and like there are so many balls, but there are glass balls that you just can't drop.
Yeah.
Like there's balls that even if they drop, you're like, okay, it can be picked, but there are balls you cannot drop because they're glass balls. And one of the things that happened indefinitely was like the ministry shut down. Because first we couldn't meet.
Meetings, yes.
Then before we figured out how this online thing is happening.
Yeah.
So at the beginning of the children being born and stuff, the ministry did suffer a bit. I feel like that's the one thing that was like, hey, are we going on with this thing? Are we not doing it? Because by that time I had joined him in the ministry and I was helping him run it. I was helping him like manage stuff and everything. So where was your head at that point?
This woman really helped me. By the way, her car became the ministry's car.
Yeah.
House to carry speakers, nini, like everything.
Maybe a pastor,
props.
lazima afanye mambo.
And I think one of the things that are very important for us to really talk about is the impact of COVID on ministry in general.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, like ministry is tough, especially if you are the one running the ministry.
You feel
it can be so
And you
draining.
don't have
Yeah.
donors.
And then now you have a new family. You're pregnant, you have a two babies coming, there's a pandemic, so there's that uncertainty
yeah.
of you don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah.
And then you have these other people that you are fighting with God because you are like, God, I am going because it is you.
Yeah.
I am obeying because now you have a perfect excuse for you not to show up.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like this is my flaw. I took that up. Like I was like, God, you've given me, I'm fine. This one,
You
this
are
one is
doing
okay,
it.
it's not me.
It's full time for you,
It
Ama.
was
It was a
At that
full-time, yeah?
no, at that time it was full time.
Yeah, when I was in when I started the ministry when I was in campus. It's
Yeah.
not a church.
Yeah.
It's a fellowship. It's an non-denominational fellowship. Like we
it's
just used to meet
better
like,
for-
for
yeah.
young people. So most of those people had their own churches that they were going to.
Oh, I get it.
But for some reason, majority of them were people who are, like they relate with you better. I don't know how to put it. So I became like a voice that speaks into their lives. But I wasn't the only voice that was speaking into their lives.
Yeah.
And so you're ministering to these people. They are not paying tithe to you. You're feeling like, hey, Mazemi, I don't owe you. You have your own church. Me, I'm just doing this because I'm obeying God.
True.
But then now COVID has hit. Now I have
have
a
perfect
family. Now
excuse.
see me, God, by this, it's fine.
Warudi
See me,
kwao.
I'm still born again.
Yeah.
See, I'm still doing music and I'm still doing YouTube and I'm still mentioning your name and sharing you, and it's very easy for you to hide in that. And I feel like most ministers were swallowed up with that COVID bubble. Not only people who are preachers or the people on the pulpit,
Swallowed
but
up.
even like if you go to church today, most of the people who used to go to church before COVID, most of them are not coming to church now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get?
Yeah.
And some of them were ministers, some of
Yeah.
them were serving, some of them were like that whole COVID thing
Yeah.
being separated from fellowship really
Yeah.
took a toll on ministry in general.
Yeah.
And that is why if you look at how society is evolving, the secular world has really groomed, like it has grown
during
during
it's-
COVID
it has.
more than any
Yeah.
other time. Most
Oh,
people
yeah.
are, even when you go to high school missions now, and it is a totally different place
Yeah.
from where you used to
Oh,
go.
it
because
is.
yeah,
So
it
at
is.
least you now
Yeah,
what?
Things have changed.
Yeah, because now it is very recently that I've been having these conversations with God where like God is forcing me, you need to come back and minister. I'm like, God, I'm in business now. See, I can just serve you by giving. But God is like, no, you need to come and minister. Like the Sunday before
Back
now,
to mission.
I was at State House Girls. And patron would say, like in ministry, one of the schools that if you go to, you really feel pressure, used to be State House girls. Because they are very spiritual. They were very spiritual children. Like for them, you can't go and preach to them like normal things that you preach to other people.
They want
the meat, you get. Like that was the school that I was used to. Now I'm going to this school and she's telling me most people backslid. They don't even care about God. They don't care about service. They don't care about anything. So you have to start preaching salvation again to those people. You understand? So that is just one school. Most of the schools you hear that boys went out, girls got boyfriends, people became
it's true. So many people got pregnant.
And you know,
dropped out of school
we forget how essential, and I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that we did during COVID, was to allow, you know, the shutdown of churches and places of worship, because we forget how essential it is for you to stay in that place of fellowship. The Bible practically says, do not forsake it. The gathering of brethren. That one you just better do it. So luckily I'm coming back to ministry now. Like it's because it's I feel more alive when I'm preaching more than when I'm doing anything else. So I can do all these other things, and yes, you can still act like an excuse of music is still ministry and this, but is it the ministry that ultimate is it the, you know, that one thing that that you were put on earth to do? So
at that time that the ministry was now being affected, did your focus now shift to
family,
Gracie and children?
It absolutely did.
It was a blessing in disguise.
It was. He was like the most present parent. I remember one day my mom saw him changing diapers and he was like, why is he changing diapers? I'm like, because he wants. Like, I didn't tell him change the diapers, but he chose to be such a present dad. Up to now, like, you can see him with the kids and you're like, home. Like, he's usually home, and that really, really helped, because it also lifted a load off of me, because 2 children is not a job.
No, it's not easy.
It was really, really hard. Like, I remember mornings where he'd be like, okay, you've been awake the whole night, go sleep. And I'd sleep like 3 hours, and he'd have the kids or something like that, and it really, really, really helped me to stay sane, because it's very, very easy to nearly go crazy once you give birth.
You know, this is how I think. The Bible says that God will send you a helper. So if she's the helper, it means the duty is mine. So
so she's helping you do something that you are already
what
doing.
I am supposed to do. You get, like, things like becoming a father, you know, like taking care of the home, cooking, doing dishes, all those things, working, providing, all these things. It is my sole responsibility as a man. It is our sole responsibility as men. So when God blesses us with our wives, they are coming to help us. You get, so it is not her duty. It is your duty.
So she's supposed to find you doing it.
Exactly. So and then personally, I come from a place where my father wasn't like, he had his own struggles with depression and so many other things, so he wasn't really present in most of the things that, you know, like life changes and stuff. So one of the things that I pray to God every day that I am able to do is become a present father for my children, and to provide an environment for them where they have an experience, a good experience of what fatherhood means, get modeled by God. Because up to now, most of the people, even people watching this video right now, most of them carry a lot of hurt because of being raised by traditional fathers.
It's interesting that we say that. Something has hit me when he just shared that her being a helper, and it's her coming to help him. Visions are passed down by fathers, and in society, when everything is like shambolic and nothing is making sense, we can easily attribute it to lack of fatherhood. So there's lack of fathering where there's no covering. These children are behaving in a certain way. So it just shows the weight of a father in a family. Like, mothers, it's not like you're not important, you're very important. But the responsibility of raising a proper generation, a proper society, is on the dad. If anything, we're supposed to just be helpers. So we're coming to help you to bring forth seed. And then, but the majority of nurturing personalities, nurturing vision, nurturing discipline, the identity of a son or a daughter, it lies on you.
There's an example I usually like sharing. When there was a time Soila was feeding our son. So Remani Kuja, the guy is busy walking around the house.
He was ignoring.
He's being called to come eat. He's just ignoring the mother. I think he thought I'd gone to work. I had not gone to work. So I just came from the bedroom and I stood at the corner.
The guy is 1 year. Was 1 year, 2 months.
3 months.
It was 2 months.
2 months.
Yes, it was 2 months.
So Soila mekazana, Remani come! Remani is just ignoring the mom. Remani come, he'll move from that corner to that corner, just doing his own things.
Not even looking at me.
So I came, I stood behind the couch, and then I did.
It was the funniest thing ever.
The guy had my voice. He ran to the mom and did that.
It was
Now
so
it's
shocking.
not that I beat him. Really. It's there's just something about the presence of a dad
Yeah.
that makes them, alive.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about fatherhood, it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole conversation there.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah.
Wow, I am just overwhelmed by the role of a dad, and wow, I don't know what dads that are watching, where they are at.
Yeah.
With this, but it's just for me, I think it should just be a call to arise, go a step higher.
Yeah.
True.
Traditionally, men have told women, kazi ya watoto ni yako. Kazi ya watoto ni ya baba, by the way.
It is
If you are to look at it spiritually, kazi ya watoto ni ya baba.
Yeah.
We just there to help you actually
Yeah.
do much, but they're supposed to get a lot from the dads. Niliwaambia tu hii kitu. Aya, cut is next.
You know, you are
question.
talking and I'm like, Kai, now we'll do another episode.
Episode 1
Because
and
fatherhood is
Is
a
another
whole
thing.
other,
it's
yeah.
a whole thing.
and it's a necessary conversation.
It should be had, it's true.
So the next question, I like how the questions are connecting.
Yeah.
Now that you're talking about ministry, and music is also a ministry to you. And just unfortunately we've been hearing a lot of social media how there are a lot of scandals with
People
music
jumping
ministers and gospel artists, and most of the scandals end up affecting marriage and family. So my question to you is, how do you stay real in a society that has so much of that going on?
And jumping shift, like
Yeah.
let's go to the other side because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Okay, that in itself says
I think one of the problems that we have in our industry in general, like the how
Music
Kenyans
industry
relate
scene.
to not only music scene but entertainment in general.
okay, yes.
Kenyans are very funny people. Kenyans won't celebrate a person who is doing something good. Kenyans will celebrate someone who is doing something that is laughable.
Yes. Yeah.
So something that is not that good.
Zero
Scandalous.
content.
Because by glorifying something that is mediocre, you
Yeah.
feel good about yourself. And you never show that to the world.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of good ministers who are gospel ministers that never get the
I agree
limelight
with you.
because Kenyans like to
They like-
celebrate things that are bad.
Yeah.
Because it makes them it just
Yes.
shines a light on our insecurity
Yeah.
as a people and as a society.
True.
Because it is very true. So you will find the people who've mastered how the Kenyans respond to entertainment. What they know is Kenyans like something that is funny. They like something that is negative. So that is what I am going to give them because that is what is going to give me traction. So people actually create those things so that you can get
They
that
can have
traction.
conversations
Yeah.
And
around
people
that.
can have that because otherwise you'll not be noticed. You get?
Yeah.
And so it's a very huge temptation for you to remain consistent and to remain totally different from everyone else. And
Yeah.
it takes a bold person to recognize this is the society that we are in. So rather than trying to be accepted by that industry and that society, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create my own society which is going to relate to me, which is going to understand me, however small it is, but it is going to grow and multiply. So by the time you notice I even exist, I have these people who have grown with me that are already they are already aware of what I carry and they've already interacted with that content. So in short, I've already brainwashed them. So they are my people. So there's nothing you can say that will come and interfere with that. So I think what one of the things that is also keen to notice is most people got fame before they were grounded in faith. Because at that time gospel music was popular.
Yeah.
It was very
So
popular.
people who didn't even have a relationship with God came and became born again. There was a time I was having a conversation with Solomon Mkubwa and he was telling me, Damon, I'm tired of this industry. Hao watoto naweza toa mshipi ni watandike wote.
Of course. Wow.
I think now I wanted to I wanted to step in and say something from the question that he asked about how you've managed to stay true. And I just wanted to say something on your behalf.
Okay.
Is that one thing about Diamond is that he loves music. If he was doing music for money, he'd have stopped doing music a long time ago.
Yeah.
Diamond started doing music in Form 2. He actually dropped out of school in
What?
Form 2
To do music.
to go record
What? That's
an album. He dropped
That's
out
a
of
love.
school. And since then he's been doing music, and you can tell that he's so passionate about it that he doesn't care whether it's 2 views, whether it's 100 views. For him is, can I put out good music?
Yeah.
Does it make me happy to make the music? And I think that's the one thing that has really helped him to stay grounded, because he's not doing music for money. Whether it comes or it doesn't come, I'm okay. I'm okay because I'm doing it for the love of it. And I think that's where like he's saying a lot of people are going wrong, because it's about how can I make money? And it's okay to want to make money, because we need money to survive in this earth that we are living in. You need money to survive. But for him, it's not his, if I don't make money, I am going to die. So he makes music because he loves it, and he really does love it. Like, we fight about music. Because he can be in the studio the whole day and forget that his wife exists.
Sorry.
I was telling a joke to Soila. We started doing this series on abstinence, and we noticed, hey, okay, the views are going chini.
Oh, no one wants to watch it. Nobody.
No one.
You know, the first one was high. I don't know what people expected to hear.
Yeah.
And then we noticed the views are going down. Nikasema, hey, Soila,
Tumechokoza.
is it because we are teaching these things? Probably we should twerk to get
Actually, I said we should twerk.
Like this.
We should do a twerking video. We boost our views. So when you're saying that
It's not about...
the society loves the things that are, you know, shady. It's true.
It's in the
And
They know the
as
truth.
content creators, you need to decide, are you in this for the popularity, or are you in this for the gospel? So that's good stuff.
I'm so... Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so next question. And I know we touched this in question 2 as well as question 1. Having been parents, like we were saying earlier, we have one son. And the guy can decide to be a handful.
And you
So
are
you
3
guys-
grown-ups in a house.
Yeah, we are 3 grown-ups.
Ourselves and a help.
But at that time, I just tell Soila, let him finish what
Okay,
he's doing.
yeah.
Because, you know, he just wants to express himself.
Yeah.
So I was just like, how are these guys handling twins?
Same age.
Same age.
Okay,
When I
twins
think
are
our
same
kids
age.
are probably 2 months apart.
Yeah.
March 2020.
April.
1 month.
What?
Yeah.
So you guys are somehow on the same stage.
Yeah.
So how do you, as parents, what are the secrets you've learned that have made your parenting bearable?
Wow.
Especially twins.
Yeah. So I think I'll just start with, surprisingly, a big chunk of my friends are way older than me.
Oh, wow.
So they've been parents for a
Aha.
while. So I have friends who have kids who are 18. I have friends who have kids who are 4. I have friends who have kids who are 12. So like a big chunk of my friends have been parents before. So one of my greatest advantages of my pregnancy journey and even just entering into motherhood is that I had a lot of voice of reason. And not from the older generation. I'm not saying our moms' ways of doing things was wrong, but there's a way they don't understand parenting in this generation that now, luckily for me, my friends had. Because of course there are many things that my mom taught me that I carried with me. But there are also certain things that now my friends really helped me in terms of what to buy, what not to buy, what is absolutely useless, you will be sold to, but don't attempt. So I found I didn't even buy a lot of things. But so I have this one friend who has trained her kids since birth. She trained them since birth because she's a mom who is not always present. Her job requires her to be away from home, actually like completely away, and so she's home a few days, and a bigger chunk she's away. So you see, she had to make sure that she set up her home in a way that even if she's left the nanny, they can be able to handle the kids. And so I remember she gave me a certain book to read, and did I read it? No. I gave birth, and look at it, I'm like, at around 3 months, I think I called her and I was crying and I was like, Jerry, I can't do this anymore. And she was like, so are you ready? And I was like, ready for what? To start the training. I was like, now! Please now! And so she walked me through the book. I had actually read it, but that day she walked me through how to train my children. It's one of those, first of all, the training that I've done for my kids is not conventional. It's the one of the things that I've seen a lot on social media. People are frowning upon. They're like, hey, how do moms do that to their children? My friend, it has worked. So and I think I've actually talked about it on my platform, and I told people, if it doesn't work for you, don't take it. For me, it did work. So for you, if you feel like it's not the right way to do things, don't do it. So like I put my kids on a schedule. So there's certain wake up time, certain feed time, everything had a time. So they wake up at I think 6:30, nap at 9, eat, I don't know at what time. There's a way.
So there's a-
right
yeah,
now it's
yeah,
really
yeah,
changed.
yeah.
But before then, so it changed. It used to change after every 3 months. And so that really helped because now by the time we were getting a nanny, she came when there was a system.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the kids sleep at a certain time.
Yeah.
They wake up at a certain time. They feed at a certain time. So it was very hard for them to be, quote unquote, a bother to her. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the way sometimes kids, and I'm not saying that they don't have unpredictable days. They don't
do.
have days where they'll run tantrums the whole day. No. But of course, a big chunk of the time she's with them, there's order.
Yeah.
So she's also able to organize herself, organize the house and everything.
Yeah.
And so that really helped us. It was really hard at the first 2 weeks of training them. I almost gave up. I was like, imagine I can't let them do whatever they want. But right now we are really reaping the fruit because like there's such an order that we are not suffering. Like we're able to plan ourselves. We know we can go on a date because we have 2 hours they're asleep. We can run
True.
somewhere,
True.
then come back. Like it just really has made our lives so much
Yeah.
easier. The other thing is that we are both intentional about being present.
True.
You see, like I feel like a lot of times, like for us it's different. How both of us are present parents.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, you find the woman has been left to handle
The man
it
has gone
on her
to
own.
town. Yeah.
And he'll come home and maybe even the child has not slept the whole day or something is happening. And instead of asking the wife, how do I help you?
Oh, no.
He's like, me, I'm going to sleep.
Nimekula chakula.
Ngangana.
Kweli?
So I think that also really helped us, that we were both intentional, that there are days he tell me I'm taking bath time today and that gives me a break.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I also had a long maternity leave. I think I was home about 5-6 months with the children, and so it helped me also develop a bond with them, know what they like, what they don't like, just understand them in a way that most parents are not able to, because I feel like once you go back after maternity leave after 3 months, you don't know your child.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's not enough.
Yeah, it's not
Honestly,
enough.
not enough.
Something needs to change, by the way. But it's not enough. You feel like, I don't know my child. You've left for the nanny.
True.
And we don't have a choice. Honestly, like, especially if you're in corporate, you don't actually have a choice. You have to just trust whoever it is with your child and be like, you come in the evening, they probably slept. In the morning, you leave before they wake up.
Yeah.
So you've literally left someone else to take care of your child. I think also our nanny has been very helpful.
Let us do nannies refuse to come and work for you because you have to insist?
Yes.
How the cat is
Yeah, exactly.
I
what you
have
said.
talked to many on the phone who never showed up. They tell
Oh,
you
the
they
moment
come.
they work on our
They
traveling.
go think about
There's
it.
some who come and 3 days later they're like,
Like, sorry.
Madam, I can't imagine I've gone. Like you've not fought nothing, but they just wake up one morning and they're like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
One even Kwanzaa just lied to me, my back. And she texted me at 11 p.m. And the next day she wants to leave. She's like, I don't think I can.
And it's funny because
Go.
so when she came to the house, she was way older than us, and she was
So she was
those
mature.
women
Yeah.
for kitamba.
Yeah.
And the first day she came at 5 p.m.
PM.
Like when she was told to go and sleep, Mama, it was in the we hear
Oh, at
Riba
night.
Shaka,
Oh, yeah,
Riba
she's
Kosa,
praying.
Raka. She was
Yeah.
praying.
Tongues.
Yeah.
She was praying, and we were like, hey, Maze, this is the
This
right
is the
person."
woman.
God has
And then the other, like I think a few days later, she asked Grace, why do you people don't
pray. I think
Why
she
don't I
expected
hear
she'd be
you?
hearing us.
Yeah.
Rabashondo
I don't
even.
hear you praying. And then only for her to lie to us and tell us that she has a back problem, and then go and then tell people, like me, I couldn't handle that. So I just said that my back is bad. So you know you want that big
But
accurate.
like, hey, that was such a bad.
And then she gave a
bad
presentation.
lie. Yeah, like you don't lie.
It is
Just say.
like this salvation
Hey.
thing. People need to be taught what
Yeah.
salvation is.
It's
to
just say I can't
understand it.
handle it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm not
like-
going to hold you hostage.
Yeah.
I think that's one question I really wanted to know. How has your nanny journey been like now that you have to?
It
Because I
has
know they are very selective.
Dramatic.
Yeah, but nannies.
I think I've only had 2 nannies who were exemplary. Most of them didn't stay.
Yeah.
So one came and she actually stayed for a very
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time, but she went out of the house and got corrupted. Alidanganywa, anaolewa, and then she left. Then a month later, she wanted to come back. But I was like, the way you went about how you left, I can't have you back.
But why is this script like Afro music?
Yeah,
like,
it's usually
there's a book they read.
Yeah, there's a place. Yeah, I think kuna pale unakwamba wamefanywa training.
I don't understand.
So yeah, the way she went about it, because now she'd start lying. She'd start coming late on her off days.
Yes.
And I'm like, why are you late? Then she told me nimetoka matanga. I'm like, imagine, don't lie like that. Like, just don't. Umetoka matanga na umekuja na simu mpya. Matanga ndio imenunua simu mpya ama like, you know that thing?
Yeah, because
But she was so good with the kids. Like, she was
was.
amazing. I used to go to work and I'd breathe the whole, you know, those mothers are like, hello?
That's me.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello? I
That
didn't
was
have
me.
that with her because I had so much.
Peace,
I'd
yeah.
come back. My kids are clean because me,
Yeah.
I'm cleanliness.
Yeah, I'm like,
the house is
important
clean.
priority.
She has cooked because she had a way she'd organized herself and we'd never quarrel. Until now it started becoming, she's coming at I don't know what time to my house and I'm like, imagine,
madam,
no.
like
Let's be respectful of each other.
Space.
So now also having a nanny who has understood my children, understood the way things go. Because also if you don't have someone who loves children, you're in trouble. Because there's someone who's just come to work. But her, she loves the children. And I usually tell her, I will never come and ask why the house is dirty.
Yeah.
As long as my kids are fine.
Yeah.
Also, I think like just talking to parents in general, choose your priorities right. Is it the children or do you want a clean house?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, especially with the stage our kids are at, it's almost impossible for everything to be in order and your child is also fine.
They're always the one who are coming to remove.
My mom used to tell me, those are the ones where, as you said, you want the house clean. They'll give your child Piriton, your child will sleep the whole day so that you can find a sparkling clean house.
Yeah, true.
And they'll do that because you wanted a clean house. I have delivered a clean house. So, and the child's sleeping.
Yeah. So I want to believe that there are seasons. God appoints certain people for certain seasons of your children.
True. Yeah.
So kuna nani alikuwa too perfect for
that time.
Yeah.
For that 1 week.
Not have
there are
carried the
times
rest.
like we have a couple. They also have 2 kids, but their kids are big now. They are going to school. Nannies just couldn't stay.
Yeah.
And they later on discovered for them, it's like the pattern God wanted for them is for them to be present.
They could be that.
They
as
wanted,
well.
it's like they had to be hands-on with their kids because they both work from home.
Yeah. Wow.
So for them, it just had to be them with the kids.
Yeah.
So they struggled until now. The firstborn is 6 or 7.
Yeah, it's going to 6 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
the secondborn is 2 years younger.
Yeah, it's 24.
That's actually so interesting that you said it because I remember I speak what I want to see. Like, I believe that I just tell God this is what I want. And a lot of the things that I've spoken since, like, I wanted to get married to a Maasai, only because I loved Maasai names. Only because I loved Maasai names. Like, there was no other reason. I was like, I want my kids to have Maasai names because, you know, us in our culture, we name after the parents. So I was like, I want my kids to have, and then I found out in their culture,
She's
there's nothing
Kikuyu,
like that.
she knows Maasai.
But so I wanted that. I wanted to get married at a certain age. I wanted to have twins, a boy and a girl. And God has literally given me everything. So one day I was struggling before I found the nanny we have now. And my sister is like, Grace, do you remember there's a time you had said that no one is going to raise your kids? That you're going to raise your kids until they are 2. And I'm like, Maureen, please don't remember because this cannot manifest. I cannot.
Yeah.
And but for some reason, I've actually had such big chunks of time with my kids because I've had been nannyless a big chunk of the time. So it's been me in the house.
Yeah, with
me
the babies.
in the house with the babies. And so it's true. God could be instigating so that
He's
you're
answering
present.
your prayer.
Yeah, he's like, he wanted you to know your kids. Like, now I know their temperaments. I know when they're fake crying because cry children, toddlers.
Do they fake cough?
Yeah. And ours, you have to tell them pole and tap their pole. Yeah, if you don't do it, they will come. They'll make sure that
Funny, when kids are being born,
They have the same script.
wanaambiwanga, this is what you'll do.
I think so.
Kids are grown ups. They
And
think
the tongue out.
Yeah. They're like, what?
they are smarter than we give them.
These
credit.
guys are smart.
Smart.
They're smart.
Very intelligent.
Too
When I
smart.
learned that, Kajua,
And they know how to get attention. Like ours, there's something that they do to get attention, and we realized when we look away, they stop. And you're like, oh.
Hata see you.
Oh.
There was a time we used to tell them, I don't know what we used to tell them. I think something like come or do something, then they would do it.
Yeah.
Then you tell them no, they pretend they are not hearing.
Yeah.
Like the other day, the nanny told Rain, go and take the ball and take it to daddy.
Yeah.
She went, she picked the ball. He
He
went
went,
and picked the ball and he brought it to me. Then he was at the socket and he was touching it. I told him, Rain, stop.
No, yeah.
Now that
But
one.
that's
Then
when
he pretends he's not even hearing. He's just
Do they do this thing whereby they do something amazing?
Yeah.
And then when you call people to come and see, they refuse.
It's only for you to
That's the time you are talking and then you're on video call. Tell Auntie Mambo.
just when you're about to show how intelligent your
Tell
child
Auntie
is.
Mambo.
Nothing.
They are a statue. You're like, weren't you talking 2 seconds ago?
Like, Jamani, your anniversary has come.
Yeah.
Has passed.
Yeah.
2 years of marriage.
2 years.
What can you tell people?
Oh.
What do you know for sure about being married, being in ministry,
Yeah.
and having children early?
Wow. What I know for sure, being married, 2 years, we've been married exactly 2 years now, is you have to be very intentional about your relationship. One, especially if you got kids as soon as you got married, because for us, we got kids as soon as we got married. Kids can tear you guys apart, literally. If you're not intentional about, we have to set time apart for us, we have to sit down and be intentional about the both of us and our marriage, because you have to remember, the marriage comes first. The children are an addition to the beautiful family that said I do at the altar. So you have to be very, very intentional. What I know for sure for the 2 years of marriage, it's also in the line of intentionality. Please continue dating. Don't stop dating. Dating is so, like, I think we think that because it's in the evening, to may hang out is or 2 hours, first of all, both of you are exhausted. You're not even hearing what you're, like, you're there, but you're not there. You actually want to sleep. Be intentional. Go on a date once a week, and a date does not mean you go to expensive places. Sometimes drive to the Mutura joint.
Yeah. And just hang out.
That 2 seconds of being out of the house to the Mutura joint is enough for you guys to be like, okay, how was your day? How are you doing? Just continue dating. Because when we're dating, we'd always ask each other, how are you? Are you okay? When you get married,
Manunua diaper.
yeah, but then the conversations are kuja na diaper. Sijui nini imeisha.
True.
Those are the conversations. And so if you don't take time out to be like, where? And yeah, we used to be boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
It becomes an issue.
Damon, what do you know for sure?
What I know for sure is marriage is beautiful.
True.
It is better than any other institution, especially in this cold weather that we are in right now. What I know for sure is marriage is beautiful. What I know for sure, sex is good. It's true. But anyways, God has to be the center of your relationship. That is what I know for sure.
Yeah.
If you try and kick out God, you will break, because the union is between the two of you and God as well. And then what I know for sure is that God's way is always right. God is always right. And his way is
Doesn't
the best
always
way.
feel like.
Yeah, it doesn't always feel like, but it is.
Yeah.
But it is. Yeah. That's what I know for sure. And what I know for sure is my wife is amazing, and I'm blessed to have this woman in my life. Yeah, and what I know for sure, there's a song that I did for her on our anniversary. So if you haven't watched it, shameless plug on other people's YouTube channel.
And
Go
then
and watch
even
that
here's their
video. It's on my
YouTube channel.
YouTube.
Please go watch it.
So here are their links.
Yeah.
Here's
So
the
it's
YouTube
such a-
channel.
And ukawacha
I'm so
watu
shameless.
The Instagram.
Yeah, the
I'm sorry.
Instagrams.
Comment.
Wait,
Like.
you haven't given plug to where you're seated, my friend. This is not our living room.
Okay.
They got new furniture.
This is a waiting lodge.
Yeah, we just
Go on.
You plug.
No, you plug.
You do it best.
No, baby, you do it.
No, me, I'll
No,
tell them to comment
me,
and
I'll
subscribe.
plug for next time.
All right, guys, we are doing this episode at the Mint Hub, Western Heights at Westlands. This is where you take it.
Yo, you are terrible at intros
I'm
and
terrible,
outros.
I told you.
So we want to give thanks to Mint Hub for hosting us. Mint Hub is an office letting space whereby if you need an office as an individual, a business owner, you want to have your team come here for a meeting, please get in touch with Mint Hub. Here are their details. Here is their website. It's a really beautiful place. It's at the most convenient place, Westlands, so you don't have to struggle if you're not using private car. So Paluna, it's just next to Sarit Center. So give Mint Hub a shout out through email or DM on Instagram as well. Such a pretty place. Come and check it out. Good rates for your office. I know COVID has made things worse. You cannot be able to afford like paying rent every now and then to at a bigger office. This is a good plug for you to come and check out. If you want to have your 2 meetings, your 2 projects, and all that. Or just want to stay. You know, people are working from home so much. Hadi saa zingine
You
wanataka
just want to come somewhere and
kama
work
unataka
alone.
kutoroka watoto kuja mint hub ufanye kazi kidogo and then go back home.
Yeah.
So yeah, with that said, guys.
Yeah, so like, comment, subscribe, like and subscribe especially.
Yeah.
It does something to the algorithm.
That one.
It does something to the
Algorithm.
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 Algorithm. Yeah, so please guys, don't push. We don't want to work to get our views.
Please subscribe to this channel.
So subscribe
If you watch this video
and comment.
Subscribe
Now,
and
Yeah,
share.
we don't want to be
Yeah.
ratchet
Yeah.
Now,
to get
now.
views.
Yeah, subscribe. Tumekungua.
Now,
Adamana
yes.
sana
Now.
anangoja.
Thank you. Thank you for
Akona
doing
haraka
it.
lakini anangoja.
Okay,
Good
sawa.
job. Thank you.
Thank you. Good.
All right, and also comment. Let's hear your thoughts about what
Yeah.
we've discussed.
Yeah.
Let the conversation not end at the end of this video.
Yeah.
Keep the conversations going.
Yeah.
Go listen to these guys. They have a YouTube channel as well.
Very good
Shunets Forever.
conversations. Yes.
As you've heard from this episode, sweet content. Sweet content.
Wow.
You will not be disappointed.
So you'll find them there as well.
Very beautiful family. If not the content you're going for, go for the beauty in that channel. It's so nice.
Oh.
All right, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo. Hi, lovely people. Welcome to today's What We Know For Sure episode 5.
Yeah.
Let's do that again. Hi, what's up, guys? Hi, what's up, guys? Wow, so Kenyan. Hi, what's up, guys?
Unaongea nika unaongelesha watu wa WhatsApp.
Ufanye, we fanye.
What's up, guys?
Hi guys, welcome to today's episode of What You Know For Sure, episode 5.
Season 2.
Oh yeah, Curtis, you wanna do
Okay,
it?
okay, do it.
No, you have to dandia now in the middle.
Sawa.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode of What You Know For Sure. This is episode 5, season 2. And
You start with the season.
no, I'm not doing it.
Now the
I
funny
am
thing
not
is,
doing it.
you're Damon. I am Curtis.
That is
I'm not doing it. Do it. I am not.
so this is how you do it.
Please, one take.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Get alive.
So if you're a couple and you're watching this, we are planning just for the next 1 month to just have that's impossible. Just do 1 week sex marathon, have sex every day, different styles, different places, different positions, try the car, try the kitchen, try someone.
Mtakata.
Kuna network issues.
The messages of our guests do not necessarily reflect.
Hey, disclaimer, guys.
Hey babe, tabu change your point. Haraka.
No,
But
it's
it's truth there. I
important.
get
It's
what you're
important. Just
saying.
do
I
it,
get
you
what
know?
you're saying. Yes. Bye.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Aya. Thumbnail.
Oh, thumbnail.
Oh, you want to try?
Piga
Sema
thumbnail. Views. Nataka tupandishia views.
Tutafanyaje?
Shikilia line.
Unaweza itoa tu kuja closer. Hii si ni kitless.
Come close.
So I'm looking for a thumbnail photo.
Oh.
Steam zinatushika tu. Imekataa kutoka. Imekufde.
Yeah.
Sasa leo nikashukuru.
Unasema leo. Are you seeing the weather? Utasikia baridi akikume change tu.
Nataka tu kuchukua lines.